Hello, my name is Justin Barlow, and today I give you top 10 best video games of all times in my opinion. And remember, this is in my opinion, and if you don't like it, sorry, but if you think the game should make my top 10, then let me know. Okay, first is Spider-Man 3 is number 10. The reason I chose Spider-Man 3 is because I just think it was lame, because if you've seen the original Spider-Man 3, then you know what it's about. Yeah, that's kind of it. But the one thing I hate about it is that the original cast in the original Spider-Man 3 is just the same people in this, which I think it ain't really that good. So that's how it made number 10, but it's still a good game. So, moving on to number 9 is actually a really cool game. I'm just don't know why I picked this as number 9, but it is Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. Oh, I'll get some light on it. Basically, it's like Mortal Kombat world versus the DC world. It's pretty confusing, but basically what happens is, if you've ever played DC video games or the Mortal Kombat ones, you would notice that, well, these two figures combine and then they start meet and battle, and they think each of them are invaders or killers to them. So if you want to know the game, you can buy it at a local GameStop, because it's really cheap there. It's kind of old, but it's still a good game either way. But it's good. Okay. Number 8. And this is the reason why this made number 8. Is just the Mortal Kombat Complete Edition, which is just Mortal Kombat by himself. What I like about this is that they have 4 new characters up here, and you can't really see that other one. Sorry about that. But in case you don't know who that one is, covered in the back here, his name is Rain. Well, what I thought was cool about this, it kind of just tells the story of Mortal Kombat, how they're losing the world and everything to them. And what I thought was cool is when you play arcade mode, where basically you gotta go up this ladder and battle villains and versus the main villain, is that, and this is one of my favorite horror book characters of all time, was Freddy Krueger. And instead of just having 4 claws, he has all 8, except his thumbs don't have a razor on them, but it's still pretty cool. Moving on, number 7 is actually my favorite, because I mean, it's just pretty badass. It takes you through history. Is Deadliest Warriors Ancient Combat. Basically, these people existed in history. Some of these people did. But I thought it was pretty cool, and you can battle whoever you wanted to. But in number 2, you can try to take over like a land and stuff like that, which I think is pretty cool. Number 6 is kind of new. Well, depends on when you watch this, but it's actually Madden NFL 13 with the Kinect one. But the Kinect I don't really use the Kinect much. I use the manual control. But what I think is cool, it's got new plays. It makes the players seem more realistic. And hold on a second. And I think it's just really cool. Play as your favorite team. Start your own fantasy team on there. And you can even start your own career in your own name. It's cool. But next one is actually a pretty cool one in my opinion. I laid eyes on it and I loved it. And I played it. I beat it like 10 times now, and I really like it. It's Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. You can kind of see Sherlock Holmes up there with Watson and Jack the Ripper down here. But what it basically is, even though this kind of would make sense, but since Sherlock Holmes is just a character in a book, Jack the Ripper was real. But I thought if Sherlock Holmes was real, this would be an awesome game, and it still is to this day. Moving on to number 4 is actually my favorite game, Injustice: Gods Among Us, and this is the complete unlimited edition. Basically, it's got all DC heroes, and it's got Zod from Man of Steel, Batgirl, Lobo, I'm not really sure where he's from, Zatanna, she's a magician, and Martian Manhunter. I thought it was cool. What I love is this all revolves around Joker, and you can play whoever you want. But my favorite character in this whole game is possibly Nightwing. He's just pretty badass. Now moving on to my top 3. And remember, these are just my opinion. Is Batman Arkham Asylum, and this is the Game of the Year edition, and also comes with a 3D content. But I thought it was pretty cool. And it's the platinum hits too. Basically, Joker has escaped and taken over the asylum, and now he's trying to get Joker back into custody and get him off from controlling everybody. And I'm surprised this one's the longest one. It's Batman Arkham Origins. Unfortunately, I don't have the Game of the Year edition, but I think this is just pretty cool. Basically, Bruce Wayne is new to being Batman, and now this is when he first meets Joker, and you first see how Joker meets Harley Quinn. If you don't know who Harley Quinn is, he's Joker's main side villain, or something like that. And this is my favorite one of all, and these are just my opinion. It's the best Batman one they've ever made. Is Batman Arkham City, and as you can see by a lot of drawings on the side, it has a bunch of Game of Year editions. 10 out of 10. It probably proves it's the best, and I love that in it. As the bonus content, Harley Quinn's Revenge. Harley Quinn's Revenge is basically, and remember this does contain spoilers. If you haven't played this, don't watch the rest of this video. Joker ends up dying in this one. I'm not going to say how, but now Harley blames Batman, and now Harley's trying to kill Batman, something that Joker can never do. But I think it was pretty cool. So that's my top 10 video games. If you have it, I want to hear your opinion on these, and don't forget to subscribe, and please comment at the bottom, and I'll post another top 10 later. Bye.